looking at finding joy in something, how about finding joy in Him? The greatest thing that you can do and you can possess is having a relationship with Jesus where there is a sense of unbridled joy, unmitigated joy, uncontrolled, unfeathered, ungoverned joy. Well, you know, hey, will you call into the radio station and talk about the marketplace today and tomorrow?
Sure will, sure will. Yes, ma'am.
Calling at 571-1240.
571-1240.
Yeah, and we coming
What
on
time?
at 12. Call at like 12:05.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay. All right, bye-bye. Amen. We've reached another okay. But we're thankful that we were able to provide. Oh my goodness, y'all. It's just me and you, Asia. We gotta talk. Oh my God.
No, my girl is not nervous because
But I'm nervous because we ain't got nothing to talk about.
we're gonna talk this morning.
Ooh. Yeah.
He look,
Yeah.
memorize the song and everything.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Amped Up. I am your host, Erica Denise, and this is actually my first time back to WLLV. We have moved the programming from WLOU over to WLLV. So this is a new listening audience, I believe. Or people probably switch back and forth. You think they switch back and forth between the stations?
I would say
Probably. Yeah, so I am excited to be on this station. And so thank you all so much for listening. Amped Up is a show that Dave Christopher created, who is the founder and CEO of Amped, about 2 years ago. And actually, our 2 year anniversary was last week. So we have been on the air for 2 years.
Oh
I know. Happy anniversary. And so the premise of this show is to highlight leaders and entrepreneurs in our city and to talk about how they are leading and being stepping out on faith and opening up businesses and teaching us how to do it. But we don't just want to hear about the success stories all the time. We want to know about the struggles. Like, what did you go through to get to where you are? So that's kind of what this show was created for.
And that's the part I want to know about, especially if I'm going to jump out there on faith. I just want to know what steps I need to take,
Exactly,
and some of the things that I'm going to run into.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's good to know, and it's good to really be transparent about what it is that you go through as an entrepreneur, because a lot of people, and I say this all the time, a lot of people think that it is easy to do. It is easy just because you bake good cakes at your house, don't mean that you can go into business and start a bakery. You know, there are there are steps that you have to take in order to be a successful entrepreneur. But before we even start talking about any more of that, I want to highlight all of the things that are happening and all of the things that I'm amped up about. Um, Come on in. I want to highlight all of the things that I am amped up about. First of all, Juneteenth is happening this weekend. And when I tell you there are so many events that are going on in the city, if you hello, our guest just walked in the building. But if you don't have something to do this weekend, it's just because you're not trying to find anything to do. There's so much going on. The Ancestors Dream is happening on 4th Street Live, and that is the Millionaire Marketplace event, and it is happening today and tomorrow. Erica Denise Entertainment is actually going to be there today. I'm going to be doing a 1 hour set with my band, so we're going to be performing for a whole hour from 5 until 6 o'clock. But there are going to be so many vendors there. It opens at 12 o'clock, and it's from 12 to 6 today and tomorrow. So make sure you go down to 4th Street Live. Nashand is going to call in here in a couple of minutes to tell you more about the event. But there's over 75 Black-owned businesses that are vending on 4th Street Live today. Yes, amazing. So many vendors, so many people to support.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be live entertainment. And so, of course, I'll be there at 5 o'clock. We'll be singing for an hour. And then I know Trip J Band is going to be there. You remember the little kids? And
Yes.
so
Oh
they've
my
been on the
goodness.
show a few times. And I'm so excited about them and what they're doing. So if you don't have anything to do today and it's a nice day, it's not too hot, you can walk down on 4th Street Live and enjoy yourself at that event. And if you've never heard me perform, then this is your opportunity to come and hear me and my band sing.
The support has to be real. It has to
Listen,
be real.
listen, come on down. And so what we're doing is I have 4 singers actually. So we're going to be rotating singing together. So you're going to get a wide variety of music, something to fit everybody's taste. Okay. So just make sure that you come on down there. Also on June 17th and 18th, there is a play called Unchained, a Juneteenth play. And the tagline says, "To be unchained for our future, we must fix the broken chains of our past." And so there are so many people that I know that are in this cast. It's going to be at Central Park, located at 1340 South 4th Street at 7:15 today and tomorrow. Talib Hardy is in that cast, and he was on our show a few months ago. He's a student at the University of Louisville in the African American Theater program. Then you've got Brandy Hill, Troy Bell is in it, Tahid Hardy is in it, Shaquille Towns, who does a lot of things with Shakespeare, is in it. Nicholas Wills is there. Alfie Jones, who is a phenomenal dancer and choreographer, is in it. Darren Mosley, Tony, I'm gonna jack up this name. Please forgive me. Remanique, he's in it. So I mean, it's a star-studded cast. Okay. I think we've got Nashand on the line. Hello, Miss Nashand.
Hello, Erica Denise.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Thank you. Listen, we were on the news this morning. I had to get up and be at the news at 8:30 this morning on a Saturday. Okay, so I was on the struggle bus. You hear me? I do not get up early at all for any reason. Okay, I schedule all of my meetings after 12 o'clock. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So,
Yes.
It
Okay.
was time for that step outside of my comfort
Exactly.
zone this morning.
Exactly. But I'm grateful because Nashand invited me to be on WDRB this morning to talk about the Millionaire Marketplace and Ancestors Dream that is going on 4th Street Live. Can you tell us about that event, Nashand?
Yes, ma'am. So we have the actual 2-day event going on with Ancestors Dream. As we talk about Juneteenth, we got to talk about our ancestors and what they went through the last 400 plus years. And we are trying to reinvent that building economic development by hosting a whole marketplace around a kids zone village with play cousins. We got a senior village. We got entertainment. Of course, we got Erica Denise entertainment in the house and so many more. Trips, Jane bands. And guess what? We're going to have a great, phenomenal time. It's free, open to the public.
Yes.
But we need people to come out. Come out. Before you go to have a good time at the concert down at Funk Fest, stop with us. Stop with us and have a good time.
Absolutely. I was there last year and it was an amazing event. I know that I probably spent my whole paycheck with the vendors because it's so much quality stuff. Like, what can they expect to purchase when they come? I know there were candles there were clothing, jewelry, all kinds of things.
Oh, yes. We have some amazing handcrafted candle vendors. We have clothing vendors. We have a lot of food vendors, food trucks there as well. We have amazing jewelry, handcrafted jewelry vendors. And these products are amazing. Get all the Juneteenth shirts.
Yes.
So whatever size you wear, you come to the Juneteenth shirt for Monday.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Nashand, for calling in. And I will see you later. I will be there at 4 o'clock and I will be ready to hit the stage at 5.
All right, sounds good. We'll see the community. Come on out, 4th Street Live.
All right. Thank you. So yes, please come out and support. Even if you just stop by and just walk down the strip and just, just say hello to people. Sometimes we just people just need that support. You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Just we just want to see your face.
Yes.
And just get out of the house if you have been battling depression or anxiety, and you just, sometimes being around people can
Yes.
help pull you out of a funk. You
Yeah.
know, and so I performed at Ivy Tech College on Tuesday. It was another Juneteenth event, and my band was there to perform. And one of the ladies came up to us after the performance and said, "I'm so grateful that I came out." Because I was battling depression.
Wow.
Wow.
And one of my friends was like, "Come on and come and
Mhm.
get out of the house."
Mhm.
And she was like, "I'm so grateful that I did because you all ministered to me."
Yeah.
And we weren't even singing gospel music, so sometimes it doesn't have to be gospel, and to touch people. It's just your presence and your gift that we were given, and the gift of song and music ministry. And one of the singers that I had, Erica Goodman, did kind of testify and say that music is her ministry.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so she was like, "I'm so grateful that I came out because I feel 100% better." And even if it was just for that moment, even if she went back home the next day and maybe got back in another funk, just for that moment, you can feel good.
That was an experience.
Yeah.
So she went home probably the whole day.
Yeah.
Felt way better.
Yeah,
Especially good music. It
Exactly.
speaks to your soul.
Absolutely.
So, I know when I get to cleaning up, I gotta have that music on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'll be over, "Hi, Muna." Especially the old school music. I really get into it.
exactly.
And you just never know what a person's going through. I mean, that music could have walked her off the ledge. You just
Yeah.
never know.
See?
You just never
Yeah.
know.
See?
And that's why it's important to use your gifts as well.
Yeah.
Don't hold on to your gifts. Don't keep your gifts to yourself. And don't feel like your gift isn't good enough to share
Exactly.
because you were
Exactly.
given your
You just
gift
said a
for a
word right
reason.
there.
Listen.
It's
Did
not
you-
for you.
Did you hear about or did you catch that interview with Mary J. Blige when she said her whole family said that she couldn't sing. She goes, look at that.
And now
woman.
look at
Like,
it.
I'm
Come
serious.
on, come on.
Everybody singing her songs and
Everybody.
everything else. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Show it up to those concerts.
And you
Mhm.
can't listen to the naysayers too. And this is completely off topic, but God gave you the vision and He
Yes.
gave you the gift.
Yeah.
And so you can't listen to what everybody else is telling you to do or not to do. They'll
Yes.
see when it's birth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
They'll
Sometimes
see.
it's not really out of like a negative. Sometimes it could be that you're pushing your fears onto someone else
Exactly.
because you love them and you don't want to see them fall.
Mhm.
And I'm experiencing that right now with my daughter, to be able to separate myself from my daughter.
Mhm.
She's so many miles away. And
Mhm.
I even text Erica and I told her, like, I'm having a struggle here.
Yeah.
I'm her mother and I babied her for so many years.
Mhm.
And it's not that I don't want her to succeed. It's just that I fear that.
Yeah.
But I had to step back and really, truly pray about it and
Mhm.
realize that my baby is bright. She has this
Yeah.
whole world to tackle.
Yes.
And one day God's going to say, it's time for you to come home. And she's still going to be here. So you have to let her blossom.
Exactly.
It's okay. So
Yeah,
sometimes
exactly.
it's not necessarily out of the negative. People put their own fears
Yeah, they
on
project
someone
their
else
fears.
because they love them too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you
Especially
don't
if
know
it's
what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So that's the fear in itself, the
Yeah.
unknown. If you knew exactly how her life was going to play out, you wouldn't be worried about it.
Exactly.
But just because you don't know, it's like, oh, that's my baby. Wait a minute,
Mhm.
Lord.
Yeah.
But you know, He gonna put that calm in your spirit. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So before I tell you whose voice you hear, I want to talk about another event. Next weekend, it's the Healing Block Party, and it's going to be Saturday, June the 24th at the Norton's Track and Field. Erica Denise Entertainment will be there as well. We'll be performing from 3:30 until 4:30. But this is a healing block party, okay? This is put in place specifically to come and get some healing.
Yeah.
And I love that Louisville is really having these events that are focused on mental health because it is just so important. It is such a thin line between sanity and insanity.
My
You know
God.
what I
And
mean?
That's the truth. I mean, so many people are battling so much,
Yeah.
and it can just take you there. So
Mhm.
that's one of the things I found on your page, and I definitely love it. I
Yeah.
definitely love it. Our city and so many others need it.
We do need it. So you can expect it's from 12 to 5 o'clock, and it's a Louisville Urban League and Path Forward and a Begin to Talk LLC event. And they present the Healing Block Party. to deliver all things self-care in one location at a free or reduced cost. You can register to become a vendor at communityselfcareprogram.com. And so the program features door prizes, essential oils, facials, fitness sessions, games, holistic wellness, IV infusion therapy, a kids zone, massages, mental health therapy, nutritional services, self-care breakout sessions, yoga sessions, and so much more. And so, like I said, my band will be there from 3:30 to 4:30 as well. And I'm gonna be singing some soul stuff, something that'll just get your soul stirred up and ready to tackle the world. Okay. It's gonna be so much going on. There's childcare from 12 to 5 o'clock, so you can just drop your kid off and leave. I'm just
Okay, y'all didn't hear that. Y'all did not hear that. Because when they tell you you can't leave your
Listen,
child-
that's 5 hours of free babysitting. Look, everybody gonna be there with their kids. You told me I could drop my kid off.
You'll need all the kids there. Where is
Right.
the parents?
Exactly. You can now make sure you stay at the event, parents.
At
You
this point,
can't
I do
just
not
drop
know
it
where
out.
Denise don't come back on me.
And it's summertime.
Right. This, I know, right? It's gonna be concessions. Bella Ray is hosting. We're gonna have music by DJ Z Nice. Self-care by Grace. Dr. Darlene Davis Goodwin is gonna be there talking about self-care. There's gonna be a Talk Saves Lives training as well. A boot camp, a live painter is going to be there, kickball games, just all kinds of things. So make sure you come out next week from 12 to 5 o'clock at the Healing Block Party. All right. So the guest voice that you have been hearing, is it Alicia or Alicia?
Alicia.
Alicia Richardson, and you are the owner of ARGC Construction. And I found your bio online, so tell me if this is still accurate, okay?
Okay.
You're the president of ARGC Construction.
That's right.
You have a passion for helping the community. You are solution driven, especially about equality related problems. You're originally from Cleveland, Ohio, but you've been in Louisville for almost 20 years. Oh, honey, you from Louisville now. You from here.
Yeah, that part.
You're the president of LCG. You're a board member and hearing officer of Louisville Metro Codes and Regulations Board,
Yes.
director of construction for Justice Squad, a member of the Minority Contractors Association, the alumni for SBA Thrive Emerging Leaders, and previously community service partner for HTF.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So as far as ARGC goes, you do new construction, remodels, renovations for residential and commercial properties. You also provide handyman services. You're a construction company striving to be the change that you want to see, one property at a time, hiring minorities and felons and providing second chances.
That is correct.
Amen.
Yes,
So come
ma'am.
on. So tell us how you got into the construction business.
Well, actually, so just being young-minded, in the past, I've done some things that end up catching up with me in the courts when they laid the law. My background said that I couldn't work at JCPS no more or the VA. I had really good jobs before I got in trouble, and I made some decisions on some, just what young stuff.
Yeah.
And anyway, when I got convicted, I resonate with whatever I'm involved in. I resonate with.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I got convicted and I was no longer able to get a so-called good job, and then I found myself in a situation where I couldn't even get a restaurant job. I was like, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
I'm not no hustler. What can I do? So it kind of pushed me in first I went into a depression. And then at the same time, this is all in the same year. One of my friends, she graduated the Urban League KY Bills program. She's no longer with us. But she inspired me to go there and enroll myself in that program. I graduated the program too, and was pushing to get my record expunged. In the meantime, That's also the same year my mother had 2 aneurysms rupture
Lord.
in the same day.
Oh my God.
And they was like, she's not gonna make it. So I was like, Lord, please, if she make it, I promise I'm gonna change. I'm gonna get it together. I know
Yeah.
she want me to tap into my potential, and she want me to be a good person out here. So let me, please, if you could just let her live, because my father's already deceased.
Mhm.
He's been gone most of my childhood. Yeah. Like all of my childhood.
Yeah.
So, my mom is my mom and dad. So
Yeah.
I just knowing that she could, be dying really kicked my entrepreneur spirit into overdrive.
Mhm.
So, the good Lord spared her.
Oh,
And,
good. Praise God.
And then also, so two of my close friends, one of them had a stroke like a couple weeks after my mother. And then the other one, she passed away the same. My mom was in the hospital for almost 6 months. And the same week that my mom finally got released out of the hospital, this is the same week that my friend who prayed for my mother the whole time, she passed away.
Oh God.
So I was like, okay. And so, with her passing away, everybody that hung, in that circle, everybody kind of went their own way. And once again, that was just like another confirmation that I really need to find what it is that I know how to do
Yeah.
and turn it into something. So my grandfather back in, when I was younger, in order to earn money, he used to have us do stuff like he had us do the driveway, pouring asphalt in for his driveway. He had us fixing stuff, gardening. We was always doing something,
Yeah.
real hard labor.
Yeah.
And I used to be excited about it because I wanted the money. I ain't really cared about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I was like, man, I know how to do some type of construction. So with that certification from KY Builds, I ended up trying to get a job. No, I got a job. It was over at Henry Green Apartments, and I worked for a company called Allied Argenta. That gave me enough construction project administration experience to put what I know how to physically do and that experience to saying I'm going to open up a construction company.
Nice.
I'm running these people's business for $500 a week. Why shouldn't I just open up my
On your
own company?
exactly.
Yeah. So that's what I did. And when I opened up my company, I decided that I wanted to not just have a regular remodeling company, but I want to be the largest Black woman-owned contracting company in the state of Kentucky.
Come on.
Now, matter of fact, in the whole region.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start with Kentucky first.
Quit
Yeah.
playing.
So I don't see why I can't be a Black woman-owned messer.
You
know what I'm
can.
saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm coming. I'm coming slowly but surely. I'm coming. So the things that sometimes it's blessings in disguise. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes right in the moment of the struggle, you can't see it.
Exactly.
But you just got to keep going because it's a reason behind everything. And I'm glad that everything happened the way it did because I know that I didn't let so much of my life pass me by just playing with my own self.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then when I realized that I'm probably getting ready to lose everything because I was also looking at 5 years. And now I'm not on probation. Record has been expunged.
Come on.
That's the only reason why I'm on the board for codes and regulations right now.
Yeah.
And a hearing officer is like a small version of being a judge. So, either when people have property violations, we look at the situation and either we give them more time to fix it or, they got to pay that fine. So it's nothing but the Lord.
Come on.
I'm serious. I'm serious. And it's bringing chills to me right now because I'm just like, amazed at the different opportunities. And then I'm a big person when it comes to like collaboration.
Yeah.
I believe in collaboration over competition all the time. And with that being said, every opportunity is not for me.
Yeah.
But I'll make sure that I let somebody else know.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm about. And then as far as anything that I resonate with, me being a convicted felon, me, I'm gonna just be honest with you all. I have a 1.5 years of sobriety.
Come on, praise God.
That's another thing. That's a part of my story.
Yeah.
She said you could do 5 years, or you can go to a recovery program, because I was
Mm.
drinking and driving and crashed into a gas pump.
Oh my goodness.
And
Oh
this
my
is
goodness.
with making $250,000 with my construction company, but you know, something terrible happened to me, and I had got into another funk. That's when you were speaking that I was like, look, listen to her,
Mm.
and I had got into a funk and started drinking heavy,
Yeah.
and then you know, that judge, I thank the Lord. At the time, though, I was like, she got me messed up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm young and I'm doing it, and I don't understand. I pay my bills. You know, my kids is good. Well, I ain't no alcoholic, but come to find out, once I got in that program,
Yeah.
I found myself in that book and got changed everything.
Wow.
And then tapped back into what I know to be true. My
Yeah.
mother raised me with God in my life, you know,
Absolutely.
and somewhere down the line, I got disconnected.
Yeah.
But then it's crazy because I called on them when, in the midst of the trouble. You see, when, in
Yes.
2019, when everything was, I'm like, Lord, please, I
Woo.
swear, I promise I'm going to change and everything else.
My
And see,
God.
when you come to him with that heart,
Yeah.
like he knows your heart.
Come on.
So when you
One-on-one
speaking to him
conversation.
for real, and
Yeah.
and you telling him like, I promise that I'm gonna do this and this. Now you better keep your word
You
with the
got
Lord.
to.
Yes.
You better,
Yeah.
you
Because the
better.
wrath of God is real.
Oh
He's
my
And
not
everything-
playing.
everything
He'll
ain't
snatch
the
it
devil.
up.
Yeah.
He'll snatch it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. God will do some
Yes,
things
he
to show
will.
you who he is.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
Yeah. So I'm so thankful because he didn't show me who he is in the positive note. And I know, you know, death is a part of life.
Absolutely.
And I get it. But you know, like I said, my mother to this day is still here.
Praise
And
God.
I'm just grateful that I was able to able to show her that she didn't waste her efforts.
Yeah.
She had a strong, good mother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
So she can see the fruits now of your
Yes.
labor, of her labor too.
Yes.
She can see it while
Yes.
she yet lives.
nothing to be embarrassed about at this point.
Right. So you say you hire felons and you want to give people a second chance. And
Yes.
so is that because of what you've been through?
Yes, I feel like I was provided a second chance. And you know, I don't know if you all can understand what I'm saying, but sometimes we look to the people that we know for help,
Mhm.
and we can't get it, and we keep on. We might miss our blessings.
Yep.
Paying
Me and
attention.
my
Oh,
son was just
goodness.
on the phone last night talking about that. You talk about the chills, honey. It
Oh,
just rolled
wait.
right back through my
Oh,
life.
wait.
My son was just talking to me about that.
Yes, ma'am.
My
Yes,
God.
ma'am. So
Yeah.
I was looking for people that I know to help me out of this depression, help me out of this financial struggle. And it was God was putting other people in my life
Yeah.
that I didn't even know.
Exactly.
I was kind of like, you know,
It'll
hesitant
be a
about.
stranger that helps
Yes.
you before somebody you
Man,
know.
and the Lord will be all up in them, and it's like, what you about to do?
Mhm.
You know, and so anyway, I went
Yeah.
with it because I felt like, you know, I know, if nothing else, I'm always talking about, oh, that's a sign from God. So all these different people came into my life. I mean, including that judge, my lawyer, everybody who played a part in getting me back focused.
Mhm.
And then tapping into what my purpose is.
Yeah.
My construction company might not become what I want it to be, but inside of thinking that that's what my purpose is, I'm helping
Mhm.
others.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And
Absolutely.
so that hiring convicted felons, trying to implement a way where people who have a certain amount of time in recovery, they can work as well, because why do we have to turn our nose up at, you know, the people who have blemishes in their past?
Exactly.
And then that's really
Yeah. And how long are we expected to pay for our mistakes?
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes.
Like, when are we gonna get over that? Like,
Yeah.
I paid the price for what I did. So when is my record gonna be clear? You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I love that you are doing that for felons and just giving people a second chance. And you said something about you don't know if this business is going to be what you want it to be. And sometimes we get so caught up in what we want our lives to be like, what we want our careers to be like. And God sometimes strips us of what we think we want, you know, so that he can give us what he wants us to have.
Jeremiah 29:11.
Yeah.
I better talk about it.
Come on. For I know the plans
My
for
God.
you.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yes. Jeremiah 29:11 all day,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
And sometimes we have to get rid of what we think we're supposed to be doing, because that could be leading us to destruction. And the thing about it is, God will let you do what you think you want to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Until you like, okay, wait a minute, God.
Yes.
And you can't do nothing but call on him. Like, look, I done got myself in this mess. Everything ain't the devil. Everything ain't the enemy. We give the enemy a lot of credit.
We do.
Okay.
We do.
But sometimes it's our own decisions that we're making. You know what I mean? Like, you did that to yourself.
Yeah.
but God is always there to bring you out and to get you back on course. And that is what I love so much about God and knowing God for myself. We are at a time already. So what do you have a website that we can go to, or how can we get in touch with you for construction?
So I do have a phone number. I'm in the Russell Tech Business Incubator.
Yes.
And so they are going to be doing my website over.
Okay.
But I do have an email address and a phone number, and I'm boots on the ground, so you can always reach me out in these streets. So
I love it.
Swim,
and so I was in the first cohort with the RTBI, and they was instrumental for my business. Yes. So advice to you is stick it out, do all the work that they're asking you to do, and it will be very beneficial to you and your business.
Yes,
ma'am.
For real.
Yes. So thank you so much for being here. Real quick, I like to do something we call rapid fire. Don't think too hard. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go?
The Virgin Islands.
If you could be anybody in the world, who would you be?
Oprah's cousin.
What's my third question? If you could be anybody, if you go anywhere, who is your hero?
My mother.
Your mother. All right. We'll be back next week, same time, same station. Bye.
Do you have Facebook?
Yes. And so
it always goes so fast.
To you all, this prayer, it says, God, I offer myself to thee to build with me and to do with me as thy will. Relieve me of the bondage of self, that I may better do thy will. And then it's a little tiny more. Here it is. That I may better do thy will. Take away my difficulty